Okay, getting ready to go live here. We're gonna give everybody a minute to go ahead and join. So let's just give us a minute here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to this live release event. We are so excited to have you here and to share with you some of the exciting things we've been working on. And I'm going to thanks for waiting. We thought we'd give a little delay in the beginning to let people join, and it looks like people are still joining. So while we wait just a few more minutes for more people to join the live stream, add any comments, by the way, if you have any questions or observations, or if you want to comment on my Cook'n Red shirt that I decided to go with, that would be fine too. So anyways, just joking. But I thought I would mention that this is the second live event we've ever done. So it should be interesting. First one went really well, though, I thought, and that was a success. So I should probably mute my phone. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Okay. So anyways, first one was a success, and we got some interesting comments after that. Somebody said, nobody in the industry does a live software release event. Nobody. And for good reason. With software, it's just impossible you can test and you can run through all kinds of scenarios, but it's impossible to simulate like thousands of people doing an activity at the exact same time. And so with software, you kind of try to gradually ease into new updates. You trickle them out here and trickle them out there and so forth. And so doing a live release event like this is pretty much unprecedented. And but that's the kind of guys we are. We rock it. We're pioneering new stuff, and we do stuff that can't be done. In fact, I was thinking about this. Like I say, while we wait for others to join, check this out. On the wall here, this is front and center in the DVO command center. And it's a poem that I love. And Kathy, she framed it for me. And it's called "It Couldn't Be Done" by Edgar A. Guest. It says, "Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried he hit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. Somebody scoffed, 'Oh, you'll never do that. At least no one ever has done it.' But he took off his coat and he took off his hat. And the first thing we know, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin. Without any doubting or quit it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done. And he did it. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it." Is that awesome? I love that. As you can tell, it carries a lot of meaning for me. Because we're not the type of company that has, investors and deep pockets. We're a sole proprietorship, and we've got to make ends meet, and we do what we can. I saw the other day something interesting that Twitter at one point had 700 or 7,500 software engineers. 7,500. Can you believe that? I mean, how long has Twitter been around? And to have that many software engineers, that's for something that, like I say, it's already developed, it's already working. They're just, I guess, maintaining it and keeping it going. And so what we've done here, and what I'm about to show you, it's really exciting. And you may look at it and go, well, cool, you can like something. That's easy. You just click the thumb, icon, the thumbs up, and you like it. What's the big deal, right? There's a lot that goes into that. Like I say, 7,500 Twitter employees just to and how simple is Twitter, really, if you think about it. And so what we've done is amazing. We've had programmers working till 5:55 a.m. We were up almost all night last night. Got a couple hours of sleep, and we're super excited. So I hope you like it. This is the beginning. We've got some new stuff coming out, and we'll continue to iterate and release new things. But anyways, we're glad you joined us. Let's take a look and see real quick before I release this and show you the new stuff. Let's take a look at some of these comments here real quick. So Cindy Ray says she used her Alexa to remind her about this because she forgot about it. That's awesome. Good thinking, Cindy. I hope you have Cooking with Alexa on your device there, on your Alexa show device, so you can have your recipes right there at the command of your voice. Let's see. So Laura says she can't wait to see what the Cook'n Elves have cooked up for us. Oh, man, I can't wait to show you. Let's see here. Carla says, hi. Hi, Carla. Good to see you. Let's see. Yes, you can import living cookbook recipes into your software and Cook'n. We used to sell a living cookbook import plugin, but now with Cook'n version 15, you get all the import plugins just built into the software. You don't have to purchase them separately. So yeah, get Cook'n version 15, Robert. To get Cook'n version 15, just sign up for an annual subscription, an annual membership, and you'll qualify and get it automatically. Good question. So anyways, let's see here. What about lifestyle recipes? We don't have an import plugin for that. That's Albert. That's Bruce, right? Cookhill. And we don't have I've never heard of lifestyle, actually. So we don't have one of those, but let's see here. Huh. Wellness says she's not able to see the video. It's not working. Is everybody able to see the video? Is it working for everybody? Hopefully it is. Danny, are we looking? I got my wingman over here. Danny, we're good?
We got it on both screens. Currently, I've got it on 2 different accounts.
So it's working?
Yeah, it's working.
Good. Okay. We'll work on that. All right. Well, listen, thanks for commenting. Thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, shall we? Stand by here. I'm going to make sure I got everything dialed up here. And we figured out how to do the screencast. If you remember from the last live event, we had trouble with that, with some permissions and authorizations in the settings on my Mac here. So we got that all figured out. So should be good. Okay. Next thing I wanted to share with you is, before I show you the features, I wanted to show you why we have the features and what the inspiration is behind them. So I'm going to just actually show this to you instead of telling you about it. So stand by here. Let me see if I can screencast my phone to this view here. So stand by 1 second here. Okay. Let's make sure we're in the right place. Okay. So now stand by. Okay. Can you see that, Danny?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to my messages app here, and I'm going to search for, let's see, top recipe. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. So check this out. My brother texted this. This was back in September. He says, check me out. I saw a top recipe from Cookin' this week and kind of made it my own. I'm getting so much better. Gonna stick it in the oven and then drop the chicken onto some pasta. I even made my own sauce today. And he texted this picture. And so that's the chicken recipe he made. He saw it, the top 10 most captured recipes of the week or of the month that we do. He found one and he saw one and he liked it and he made it. So he sent that, and then check this out. Okay. So then, this is in November, he said, check this meal out. Greek street fries. And he sent this picture here. And so he was pretty proud of that. Check this one out here. You ready for this? Let's see. Sugar free. So yeah, check this out. My sister Terry, she sent this sugar-free chocolate chip cookie recipe that she made, right? And I have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 or 8 more of these I could do. Okay, but the point is that my family started, and I get these text messages from time to time where people are like, "Hey, look at this recipe," and I made this. I made this, and I thought, well, that's cool, because sometimes we cook meals and before you know it, they're eaten up and they're gone, and there's no evidence to show for it. And sometimes it's a thankless job, right? I eat meals Kathy makes all the time, and I don't always tell her, "Hey, thanks, honey, that was delicious." Just don't express the appreciation like I probably should. And so that happens a lot. So sometimes we text, we shoot these photos and we text them and we share them with people. And it's nice when they say, "Wow, that's good. How did it come out? Did you like it?" And so that's one of the reasons, one of the inspirations behind the new features that we're adding now. And so with that, let's go ahead and I don't know. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever share recipes, and do you shoot photos of them and text them? If so, we have this new I made this feature, and we released this in December in Cook'n version 15, the Cook'n desktop app. And now we're going to add and release this feature and make that available on mobile. And so that's the exciting thing. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Stand by. Let's just, are you guys ready? Can we get a drum roll here, Danny? Should we just do this now? Is everybody ready? Let me see if I got some comments here first. Oh, hold on one second. Let's see. Okay. Okay. For who? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, thank you, Cindy. Let's see. She had to go direct to the channel. All right. She's finally in. Good. Jay is in. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. You ready for this? We're going to release right now an update for the Cook'n desktop app for both PC and Mac. And then we're going to release updates for the iPhone, the Cook'n for iOS, and Cook'n for Android too. So basically all platforms. We're going live. We're crazy for doing this. It's going to be awesome though. You guys ready? All right. You ready for the drum roll, Danny? Dude. Woo. Okay, let's do this. All right, I'm going to, let's see here. Go here. And here. All right, and just like that, the new version of Cook'n, it's Cook'n version 15.1.0 is now available. So if you have Cook'n on your computer, the desktop app, just exit Cook'n and launch it again, and then wait, and you'll see this icon appear on the toolbar that says update, and then click that. Okay, so you'll start to get that. And if you have a mobile device, okay, just go to the App Store on your iPhone, for example, and search for Cook'n, and then you should see an update button there. So click that, and Cook'n will begin updating and downloading and installing the newest version on Cook'n for iOS. Now, here's the thing. In the App Store for Apple, we can't control, how that is deployed. And it can take up to 24 hours for new app updates to propagate and to appear on your device. So you may or may not see that. But what you're going to want to look for is you should see an update button if it's there. And the version number is 33.0.0. And so when you see that, just go ahead and click that or tap it, and you can update to the latest version of Cook'n on your mobile phone, okay, on your iOS device. Now, if you have Android, it's the same thing. Go to the Google Play Store and search for Cook'n, and then you should see an update button because we're live there now, right? Okay. So Carla says congrats. Thanks, Carla. Woohoo! Oh man, oh baby. So let's go ahead and start. While you guys are downloading that update, I'll show you the Cook'n Desktop app, the new version. Let's take a look here at that. Okay, first thing I wanted to show you, you can all see this, right, Danny?
Yep.
Okay, good. So Linda D. Haven is my cooking friend, and you can see that she's been making some recipes. She's been doing some cooking, and because she's my cooking friend, whenever she posts a made recipe, I get a notification. And so I have these 5 notifications here appearing in green, and I can dismiss those. I can view the recipe by clicking view, or I can dismiss them just by clicking dismiss like this, right? So if I click view, this is what I see. There it is. Beth's No Bake Chocolate Cheesecake Mousse recipe. Nice. All right. So you can view those, and it's nice when, if you have family or friends who are your cooking friends and they make something, you want to know, right? So you can like what they've done, and so you can respond and so forth, and you might want to actually make something that they've recommended if they said it turned out great. So it'll give you some good ideas for dinner, right? So that's the notifications. Now, if those notifications get annoying, well, actually, let me just show you something. So now we have this only friends checkbox. Well, let me back up. We have this new recently made ticker, okay, on the Cook'n homepage, which shows recipes that have been made recently, right? And these are all the Cook'n users. So anytime anybody in the Cook'n community posts or makes a recipe, it's going to appear here. But you might want to really pay attention to, especially, right, those people who are your cooking friends. And so if you check this checkbox here, then it'll refresh and it'll show you only your cooking friends who've made recipes. And there's all those ones by Linda, right, that I showed you a minute ago. I had that notification. If you get too many notifications, if they're annoying, what you can do is just click on the person's name or avatar right here, and it will show you recipes made by that person. And there's this bell icon here, and if you click that, it'll turn off notifications. So if you're tired of getting emails or tired of getting the notifications, right, if the person cooks a lot and maybe they're not a family or a friend, they're just an acquaintance, and you're like, I don't need to know every time that person makes something, right? So you can just disable that. So that's how you turn off notifications. I'm going to leave it on because I actually like to be notified when Linda makes something. So that's how you do that, okay? So you've got your recently made recipes here, and you can choose whether you want to see recipes that are made by only your friends or the entire community, okay? So let's see here. Oh, so there's a question. Do you say this is only for annual members? Okay, so good question, D. Platt. Let's see here. So Cook'n version 15, that upgrade is for annual subscribers only, okay? But we just released these features on mobile too. And actually on mobile, everybody gets that. Everybody gets those features. And so in a moment here, everyone's going to qualify and, be able to do these things that I'm showing you here too. So to get it on desktop, you need to have an annual membership though. Okay. Good question. Good question. So let's take a look here. So as I showed you, I'm going to do this real quick because I already did this in the last live event that we did, but I'll show you quickly. Or actually, maybe I'll just go to mobile and show it. Let's just do that because I already showed this on desktop, but I was going to show you. I'll show you anyways. So here's what you do. 49ers style pancake. Speaking of 49ers, we have a game coming up this Sunday. Who's going to win that? The 49ers?
What snacks are we going to make?
Oh, yeah. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Oh, man. All right. So you got your 49er style pancakes you're going to cook on Sunday morning if you're a 49ers fan. I do like Mr. Irrelevant, though. So anyways, I'm kind of torn. But so what you're going to do is Sunday, you're going to click right here. If you hover over it, you can see that there's this new I made this button. And when you click that, right, then you can enter a comment here. And you can share your thoughts about this recipe and so forth. You can shoot your own photo and add it, right? You can edit your avatar if you want to change it, or if you don't have an avatar. If you just have that placeholder image, definitely click here and put in a picture so we can see you. And then you just click post. Okay? You can choose up here whether you want this recipe to be made available to the Cook'n public like the cooking community, right? Everybody. Or if you just only want to share this made recipe with your cooking friends. Okay. So you get to choose there, and then you click post, and that's how that's done. Okay. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to do it in a minute from my mobile device, but that's how you do it. Okay. Someone messaged me. Did you see the app in the App Store yet? Has it been made available? Did anybody get the mobile app yet for iOS or Android, the update?
Looks like iOS is not live yet. We're waiting on Apple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because right before this live event, I was able to actually see that it was available for me in the App Store. But so with each person, it can vary because it just depends on how Apple deploys that. So if you don't have it yet, just keep checking tonight. Hopefully by the time you go to bed tonight, you'll be able to see that. But at least by tomorrow for sure. Sometimes it can take up to 24 hours though to go through Apple's system and become available. But let's go ahead and well, maybe I will post that recipe. I'll do that just so you can see, and then I'll show you a few other things. Then I'll go to mobile in a second here, but let's see. Okay, so Constance says that her iOS updated on her phone, and hey, Carla says I just got it on iOS. Awesome. How about Android? Are there any Android users out there who were able to see if that was available yet? If so, add a comment and let me know. So that should be propagating. You should be getting that soon. So let's do this 49er pancake recipe. And this is in my cookbook, Dan's Recipes. And I'm gonna go ahead and click I made this. And I'm gonna say this is delicious. And it's going to taste even better the morning of Super Bowl Sunday. Go Niners. I actually kind of hope the Chiefs win, but I like them both. Like I say, Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. You got to love that story there, right? It's okay. When it's all set, I want this to be made public. And I don't have a photo of it, so I'm just going to have to go without one. Now I'm going to click post, okay? And now Cook'n uploads this recipe, and it says, okay, uploaded successfully. Now if I go back to the Cook'n homepage, right, where it says recently made, okay, since I just posted this recipe, watch here now, and you're going to see that recipe appear here. Oh, it just refreshed, and there it is. Okay, this is delicious, and it's going to taste even better the morning of Super Bowl Sunday. Go Niners. Okay, so that's how you post recipes that you make. So remember, when you make a recipe in the kitchen, remember to shoot a photo of it from now on, and then post that and share that with the cooking community. Let us know if it was good or not. Sometimes they're not going to be good, and that's okay. You can say, I made this, and it sucked. Next time I'd probably do this or that different, or I might just, I don't know, combine it with something else, and yada, yada, yada. So it's up to you. But that's how that works. And now once that recipe is here, you can actually click on this, and you can see the recipe, right? And there it is, bada bing. And you can also click on my name here or my avatar, and then you can see recipes, all the made recipes from me, right? If you want to see that. These are recipes made by Dan Oakes. And over here, there's a see more button, okay, or a link. And if you click that, because on this page, you only see 5 recipes, right? And they're ordered chronologically. So as soon as a new one is made, it's going to appear here and it'll push mine off. If you want to see all the recipes that were made today, for example, right, you can click see more and you'll get to see all of them. Okay. Look how pretty these are. These are beautiful. And here's the thing about made recipes, by the way. You might search the internet and browse 10 recipes before you find one that's good enough to capture, right? So the capture ticker in cooking is really cool. That's crowdsourcing. We've talked about that before, right? But you might capture 10 recipes before you actually make one of those. So made recipes are that's the cream of the crop right there. So when you see these are kitchen tested, proven recipes. And I think you can even tell just by the look of them. These are these are not the crappy ones on the internet, right? These are the good ones that people have actually made and they're kitchen tested. So this is a great way, for recipe discovery. If you're trying to figure out what to make for dinner, right? Then here's a good place to go to find some delicious recipes here. So, okay, so that's pretty neat. And again, even from this screen here, you can click to see the recipe, right? And you can see the recipe there. You can also click on the person's name, right, to see recipes made by this person. And so it's pretty neat. If you see someone and you find, boy, this person consistently, like I made one of the recipes by this person and it was the best I ever had. You might want to find more from that person, right? So that's how you do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to mobile now. And I'm going to show you something cool, really cool, but I want to show you on mobile here. So let's just try this now. So here's what I'm going to do. Stand by. Interesting. Okay, so let me try to cast this again to this device here so you can see my phone. Okay, so let's refresh this. You just drag down to refresh. And since I dismissed all those notifications from Linda DeHaven, they're gone now, right? So here's what's cool. We added this feature to mobile, okay? And so now on your iOS or your Android device, when you launch Cookin', this is what you used to see, right? Cookin' fans have captured 17.9 million recipes and 179,000 in the last 30 days alone, right? So that's cool. And then you've got your AI recommended recipes, right? Artificial intelligence is looking at your taste preferences and building a profile for you and then recommending recipes that are going to suit your personal taste preferences. And now at the top, we've got something new. It's called recently made. And this is that ticker that I showed you just now in the Cookin' desktop app. Cool thing is, look at this. You can actually slide sideways on this. It's the only horizontal scrolling thing on this page now. So that's pretty cool. So you can, like I say, when you're looking for something delicious for dinner, just launch Cookin'. Look at recently made. Scroll through here. You're wondering what your friends made recently? Tap this only friends checkbox. Boom. And you're there, right? And so it's a great way, like I say, to discover new recipes. Definitely share your made recipes. And to do that, I just installed this. Okay, so I'm going to go to Dan's recipe cookbook. I'm going to go to, let's see, I had one actually. I was going to do, let's see here. Where did that recipe go? I can't remember. What was it even called? It was a breakfast one. I think it had breakfast in the name. Let me see here. Okay, it's oh, was it this one? Breakfast sausage casserole. Yeah. Okay. This. Kathy, we're getting ready. We're having my son Andon is going on a mission soon, and his farewell is in the morning actually at church. And afterwards, everyone's coming over. Lots of people, right? We're going to have this huge farewell for him, And so Kathy's been looking for like breakfast recipes that she could do the day of the farewell. And she's been trying some of them. And she tried this one, and it was so good. It was so good. We loved it. I even shot a photo of it. So since we made it, I'm going to post it. And so to do that on iOS, up in the top right corner, you just tap the More Options menu. And there's a new menu option at the top that says, I made this. Do you see that? So you tap that. And now again, you can tap on your avatar on the top left if you want to change it and add a different photo. You can choose where it says visibility, who sees this, whether it's the Cookin' public or only your friends. I'm going to do this to the Cookin' public. And I'm going to click this plus icon here. And I'm going to choose a photo from my photo library because we actually shot a photo of this. And here it is. That's the photo. I did it in portrait mode. Isn't that cool? So the background is kind of blurry. I got cooking running on the Alexa device there in the background. You see that? And I'm going to type a quick message here. Kathy made this in preparation for a farewell to see if it was a good recipe or not. We loved it. Highly recommended. Okay, and now you just tap post up here on the top, okay? Look at the Cook'n Elves are going to work posting this recipe. And sending it to the server. Successfully posted. Your recipe was successfully posted. Check out the recently made section on the Discover feed to see your post. Okay, so I'm going to just tap on the bottom left corner here where it says Discover. And in a minute here, I'm just going to sit here. And in a minute, that recipe should appear where it says recently made. Okay. Let's see here. Give it a minute. Wait for it. Wait for it. While we wait for that, I could refresh. I just want to see it tick across the screen. It's going to be righteous. Hey, look at that. Up on the top left, okay, up on the top, do you see that bar there? That's what we call the scoreboard. It's like in a basketball game, right? Or a football game during a football game. This Sunday during the Super Bowl, it's going to be the scoreboard all the time at the bottom, right? It tells the score. It tells you how much time is left in the game, right? And so forth. And how many timeouts are left and yada, 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 right? It's a scoreboard. And so we added a scoreboard to Cook'n. So up in the top there on the left-hand side, you see where it says made. Hey, look at my breakfast casserole just showed up there. Hot dang. Woo. Beautiful. So, so I don't know if you noticed, but a moment ago, that number was 10 because I had made 10 recipes. I had 10 made recipes, right? And now that I just posted this breakfast sausage casserole, while we were doing this, I just watched it actually tick and say 11. So that scoreboard is cool. It's just fun to get that kind of tracking and you get that kind of feedback. Lets you know where you're at. Am I winning or am I losing? Right? It's good to know. So I've got 11 made recipes. I'm pretty proud of that. And here's the new feature that we added to desktop. Because like I say, some of these features we released in December on the Cook'n desktop app in Cook'n version 15. But some of these we just released today, just now, which is the ability to like recipes. Okay. And so if you look here, let's see here. Look at Cheryl. She's got this teriyaki salmon, and I love salmon. And so she says, this is very good. I served it over rice for a filling meal. And so I look at this recipe, right? I just tap on it, and then I can see it. It'll load. And when I see this, I can like it, right? So if I look at this and I'm like, whoa, this looks good. Or if I try it, or if I want to just encourage Cheryl, I can say, hey, I like that. And all you do is just tap the like button there. And now it turns black. It fills in, right? So you can tell that it was liked. And now when I go back, so now when I go back to my live feed, it's going to show her name, Cheryl Canino, and it says liked there. Now, what's cool about it is that we track likes too. And so if you look at the scoreboard at the top there, you can see that I have liked 3 recipes. You see that where it says liked? And if you look, I have 13 likes already. That's amazing, actually. I didn't know that. 13 people like what I cooked, Danny.
Hot dang.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Now, the last number there is the streak on the farthest right? And that tracks how many consecutive days I've used Cook'n. So I've been using Cook'n consecutively for 4 days. I missed Sunday, actually. That's where I broke my streak. So anyways, but yeah, I need to keep that going. And so we keep score here. Now, what's really cool, okay, let me just check real quick here. Actually, are there no? I can't see mine when I do the screencast, Danny.
Yeah.
I can't see any comments from people. Are there any comments?
Oh, yeah, we got some good ones.
Do we? What do we got here? I'm gonna get a drink real quick.
All right. Let's see here.
What do you guys think so far? I got something else cool to show you. Okay, so stay tuned. But so far, what do you like so far, Danny? What are we talking about?
So John Berger asked a question. He said, "Is the download to cloud issue with the Food Network fixed?"
So that's a good question. By the way, won't be able to answer every question you may have. We're not doing tech support here today, right? But yeah, I'll be happy to answer that question. So there is an issue capturing internet recipes from foodnetwork.com, and we're still working on that, John. To answer your question, I think what we found is that the problem is kind of intermittent, and it doesn't happen with every recipe, but it is happening with quite a few from foodnetwork.com. So that's a work in progress. We'll get that working real soon. We've identified what the problem is, and we actually even have a solution. It's just a task now that a programmer is working on. So one of the 750,000 that work here cooking. No, yeah, 700. No, 7,500. I mean, one of the 7,500 who works here cooking has got that task. I'm just joking. There's not really 7,500, but anyways, yeah. So we'll get working on that. Good question. Anything else, Danny? What do you got?
Yeah, Joan Weaver says, since you launched Cook'n 15, I have captured 1,012 recipes from other users from the recently made.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear that? I don't know if you could hear that, but Danny said that. Well, actually, you can probably read it in the comments, right? Joan Weaver's captured.
You're the only one that can't read the
comments. So, wow. She's capturing all these recently made recipes. That is awesome. That's so encouraging. That's exciting to hear. The Cook'n Elves are Twitter-pated right now. I can tell you for sure they are. We take such pleasure in hearing reports like that because, we work hard. Like I say, we're up till 5:55 a.m. this morning working. And what inspires us? What motivates us? It's not money. It's the love of it. It's hearing your feedback and hearing that you're finding good recipes and making delicious meals. Hey, I just noticed I've got 15 likes now. My likes went up to 15, Danny. People like my stuff, man.
You go, girl.
Any other comments before I proceed?
Brian says we need a t-shirt that says, "I scored in the kitchen with cooking." Love the scoreboard feature.
He likes the scoreboard. I scored in the kitchen with cooking.
And Cindy Ray has a great idea. We'll have to talk about later.
All right, sounds good. Well, if you see anything good there, Danny, let me know.
I'll let you know.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for
real quick.
Yeah.
Someone asked. I'd have to go look it up, but about the subscription. If you need an annual subscription to get the desktop version.
That question. Yeah, you can get it. Excuse me. Sorry, Danny just pointed out. And to get the Cook'n version 15 upgrade on your desktop computer, you have to have an annual subscription, or you can do it with a monthly subscription if you're subscribed for 5 consecutive months or more, right? And so, yeah, if you're a monthly subscriber and you've been subscribed for 5 months or more, then you'll also qualify to get that. Yeah, definitely. Good question. And good point, Danny. Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like I noticed Clark Smith just posted a made recipe. Clark, way to go. Let's take a look at Clark's recipe real quick here. He says, Mongolian beef, walks of life. Found this at the Walks of Life website. Fantastic recipe, and it has replaced my other version of Mongolian beef. Awesome. Addictive flavors and any leftovers vanish quickly. We'll be trying more of the recipes at this site since I want to prepare more Asian meals. But so far, this recipe on this website is a great find. Okay, I'm gonna like that. Boom. Liked. All right. Clark, thanks for sharing that. That's good to know. I mean, anytime you find someone who ditches their original Mongolian beef recipe for a new one and uses the word addictive, then I'm convinced, I'm sold, And so now, as you can see here, I've now liked 4 recipes. And actually, I think I liked 5, right? This will update in 1 second. it's going to refresh in a second here, but you can see that Clark Smith has the filled in icon for the thumb, indicating that I liked this already. And I can unlike it too. If I tap it, it'll unlike it. See, now my like count went down to 3. But I'm going to go ahead and keep liking that. Okay, so here's the next thing. Are you ready for this? All right, let's see here. Don't you love that scroll, by the way, from left to right? I think that's pretty cool, man. Because what it does is it makes it so we can do bigger images, so they're not so small. If you notice the ones below it, the capture ticker, they're cool, but they're smaller, and I think the bigger image is a little better. So anyways, all right, so here's next. You ready for this? Now we've got the scoreboard at the top leads to a leaderboard. Okay, so if I tap made, you see where it says 11 made recipes at the top there? Okay, there we go. Liked is 5 now. That's what I thought. So it refreshes. It counts. Since I did it from a different web page, it takes a minute for it to refresh. I liked it from a different web page. So anyways, all right. So where it says made at the top, there are 11, right? I can tap on that. And now this is going to take me to the new and improved Cook'n Leaderboard. Okay. And as you see there, there's what we call, there's this button that says jump to me. Okay, right away you can click that or tap that and it'll take you to where you're at. So you don't have to scroll and hunt to find your name, especially if it's a long list. And so, oh, there's the DVO mascot barking. Someone must be upstairs at the door. So anyways, so you can jump to me. You'll notice the people in the first, second, and third position are highlighted. Silver and bronze, way to go. Deli Baker, Eugene, and Jeffrey. But you'll notice also that there's what we call pills. So on the top there, the one that's highlighted in blue is the made leaderboard, right? And there's also a likes leaderboard and a streak leaderboard. So you can choose between those. But in the made leaderboard, we have 2 categories, 2 like subcategories. One is this week, okay? And that's the one that you can see here. So this is just this week. And here's the point of this. It says, in fact, you can read it there. Join the culinary fun with Cook'n's Made This Week leaderboard. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned chef, share your creations and rise through the ranks. Cook'n fosters a vibrant community where friends and recipes unite. Let's cook up inspiration together. Okay, don't you love that? So the good thing about the week one is if you happen to be a newbie, you just got Cook'n, right? This week, you can still participate in the fun. You could still be number 1 this week in the made recipe leaderboard, right? So this one shows recipes made. So as you can see, Deli Baker and Eugene and Jeffrey are cooking up a storm. And I'm hanging in there with 8, so not too bad, right? But this is just new. We just came out with this on mobile. And so it's a lot easier to post made recipes for mobile. We expect that this is gonna grow. So that's this week. If I tap here where it says total, do you see in the middle of the screen, there's this week and then there's total. Tap on total. This one now says unleash your inner chef on Cook'n's total recipes made leaderboard. Join fellow culinary enthusiasts in celebrating kitchen prowess. Whether you're a seasoned pro or an aspiring cook, Cook'n is your creative hub. Share your culinary creations and be part of our vibrant community. And so you can see Eugene is leading this leaderboard. He's at the top there with 380 made recipes. And Hillary, way to go, with 342. And Jeffrey is hanging in there with 218. Wow. Very impressive. Very impressive. This is what we call the made leaderboard. Okay. So now what's cool is, so that's made. And I showed you that's when you tap on the left button on the top of the scoreboard there, right? There's also a likes and a liked leaderboard. So let's take a look at that. Let's start here with liked. I'm going to go to liked, okay, with the E. And that's the one where I have 5. I'm going to jump to me and see where I'm at. Okay, I'm number 4 on the list with 5 recipes that I've liked so far because we just released it. So, hey, feels good to be 4th. I'm going to try to get to number 1 there. So the likes, and you can see again, there's those 3 pills this time instead of made, right? You can tap on that, right? That's the made leaderboard. This is likes. And so when you tap on it, it turns blue. And then there's sub sections underneath that. And the one that we were on a second ago is given. Okay. So this says Cook'n is the only social platform that encourages people to give, spread the joy with Cook'n's likes given leaderboard. Celebrate generosity by giving likes to fellow chefs. Your appreciation can brighten someone's day and earn you a top spot. Let's make cooking a rewarding experience for all. Share the love, one like at a time. Isn't that great? Because if you think about it, you go to Facebook, you go to Twitter, you go to Pinterest or anything, right? What do you see? You see how many likes you've received, right? How many likes you've received, which is good. But nobody counts how many likes are given. And I think it's important to reward those who are giving, right? And to track that and to, to make that an important part of the process. Because, there's a lot of people, like I said earlier, who make dinner day in and day out, and they don't get, it's a thankless job. And even like I said, by the end of the day, there's nothing to show for it. Got all ed up, right? So, and I showed you how my family, my brother and my sister and others have been, they shoot a photo and they text it. Why? Part of it is because, they want an attaboy. They want someone to say, hey, you did a good job. That's cool. And so, so it's nice to give. And so take an opportunity to like recipes that people have made. And I want to see you rise on this give-in leaderboard. We called that given. Okay. So this leaderboard has other parts too. The likes leaderboard has a total number of likes. Hey, I'm at woo! Oh, baby. Thank you. No, seriously, I actually feel, I got to tell you, to be honest, just for I didn't expect that. I didn't know what to expect. We literally just released it, but that's cool. And I did feel good when I saw that. That's awesome. So, and Jeffrey's up there. I'm glad to see that too. Linda DeHaven is getting up there. So yeah, like I say, we just released this. So it's fresh, it's new. And this is the all-time running total. And this is what it says. Discover culinary inspiration on the new likes leaderboard. See the total likes your recipes have garnered and compete to rise to the top. Share your culinary creations, add captivating photos and comments, and invite family and friends to get cooking and to like your recipes. Are you ready to showcase your skills and climb the ranks? So yeah, that does make it fun, doesn't it? It just adds a new element to your cooking and your culinary creations, right? So what does it take to get a lot of likes? I think, share good recipes and be sure to shoot your own personal photo. I think that makes a difference. Share when you share your comment, make it interesting, tell something about the recipe that's unique, and in this case, the more recipes you share, the more chances of getting more likes, right? So this is going to favor those who have shared a lot. If you look at this week, so I'm going to tap on this week part. This shows how many recipes were made. How many likes you got from your recipes this week. So again, this is designed for the newbies. In fact, the message here says, new to cooking? No worries. The likes this week leaderboard gives everyone a fair chance. See how many likes your recipes gather weekly. Cook up delights, snap enticing photos, and rally your loved ones to support. Ready to prove your culinary prowess? Join the race to the top. So this one resets I don't even think it's weekly. It's a rolling 7-day average. So if you didn't have a great, week this week, just start tomorrow or start today because it's a rolling average. And I want to see you climb to the top of the likes leaderboard. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, we're getting some good ones. Look at Donna Deck getting in the action with some likes here this week. That's great. So let's now take a look at the last one, which is the per recipe. So this is interesting. You ready for this? So if you've made, let's say you're a newbie and someone has 300 made recipes, right? And they've got a lot of likes. And you have only made 2 recipes, but let's say you get 10 likes per recipe. Your average likes per recipe is going to be high. It's going to be 10 per recipe, right? And that's going to be hard for someone with 300 recipes to compete with that. So in this case, as it says here, elevating culinary stars, the likes per recipe leaderboard highlights quality over quantity. It showcases likes per recipe made, leveling the field for newcomers. Even with just a few recipes made, you can top the chart with enthusiasm, cook up excellence, capture delicious moments, and spread the cooking love to ascend the ranks. And so I think that likes per recipe made is a cool metric, and it's a cool way to measure performance. Now, as you're looking at these,
I want to tap into this.
yeah. What do we got here? You got a comment for us?
Yeah, Clark Smith just messaged as casual Clark. He was the recipe you were checking out. If you look a little closer at his picture, he's saying that's him licking the plate at a fancy restaurant. It's kind of a funny profile photo. He's right there on top.
So I just tapped on his avatar, and so Clark is a man after my own heart. He's picked up the plate and he's licking the last drippings off of it. That's perfect. Oh, that's classic. I love it. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Oh man. Dude, I love it. Sometimes I see these placeholder images and I'm like, oh, please, people, add your own avatar so we can, see you, so we can see something. Clark, thanks for sharing that. Any other comments, Danny, worth sharing?
We got a few questions and stuff. I'm answering the ones I can.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. So, whoa, I'm up to 23 likes. I'm going to tap on this to see where I'm at on the likes leaderboard now. Hey, I'm solidifying my lead, which is awesome. I don't think I'll hold it for very long because I'm more of a software developer guy. You guys are the chefs. You guys are way better than I am. So anyways, but it's fun to be on the top for now. Here's what I was going to show you. If you go back to the given one, okay, I'm going to tap on the right where it says given. This is likes given. You can actually tap on these avatar names here if you want to give more likes. Whoa. I didn't even notice there's a little medal to the top of his avatar. 1, 2, and 3 there. That's cool. And it flashes. Do you see that? So we're really highlighting the leaders on this leaderboard. But I'm going to tap on Tyler Awesome Wood. And I can now see all of the recipes he's made. And so that's a good way to, if you're, and by the way, if you tap, you notice there's 2 back buttons on the top left there. The top one takes you back to the Cook'n Discover view. But the bottom one, if you drill down beyond that, like let's say I tap on Mr. McBain here, for example. Chicken korma recipe. Yum. Keto chicken salad. I know, right? I'm getting hungry. It is dinner time, huh? Colleen, I know, had to tell her husband that dinner was going to be a little late tonight because she was going to join this this live event. So thanks for joining us, Colleen. Sorry, Mr. What's your last name? Colleen. It's Wolf. And it's Terrell. I can't remember. Oh, Colleen, I can't believe I can't remember your last name right now. Anyways, so sorry. But anyways, tell your husband it's going to be worth it. He's going to get so many delicious recipes every night from here on out because of this new feature that we've added that it's going to be worth it. So, but now after you drill down in, like if I want to go back just to the leaderboard, not all the way back to the Discover view, I tap the back button that's below the first one. So the second back button, and that takes me back to the leaderboard. Okay. So let's see here. And again, here's what's interesting is if you're here and you tap the box I told you about, now this shows recipes by tap see more. Then it's going to show me recently made recipes by only my cooking friends. So Cook'n memorizes that state of that, and it will show you the recently made recipes by only your cooking friends. Okay, so you can choose whether you want to see recipes from your friends or from the whole cooking community. Okay, so let's see here. Let me just check my notes and make sure there wasn't anything that was missed here. I think I covered everything. Notifications, I showed you how to mute those if you want to. Let's see. The pills we talked about. So here's just to summarize some of the benefits of this feature is it's fun, right? And it's always good when it's fun. Sharing is caring. I love that. Share your recipes. If you make something delicious for dinner, if you find a treasure like, what's his name just now? Jeffrey, was it? Yeah. Who was licking his plate?
It was, I think, Clark.
Oh, Clark. That's right. Yeah. So Clark found a treasure. He shared it because sharing is caring. So I love that. And it's fun to see if other people like your recipes. That's rewarding. That's encouraging. I'm stoked to be at the top of this. I think we should, while I'm talking here, let's just focus here on this leaderboard right here with my name at the top. It's a great way to discover fantastic new recipes, kitchen tested recipes, right? And also, I don't know if you saw, but in the monthly newsletter that we send out, goes out to hundreds of thousands of people, by the way, we've been featuring the leader, a recipe from the Cook'n Leaderboard here for made recipes. And in this case, it's been Eugene. Eugene, way to go. You're rocking it. So that's made this week. The total is Eugene. And so we've been picking a recipe from his collection, and we've been featuring that in the monthly newsletter. And we might start picking a recipe from the made leaderboard, or the likes leaderboard. I mean, the likes leaderboard for the next monthly newsletter. So that's kind of fun to think that you could be featured in the monthly newsletter, right? Front and center in front of everybody. So that's kind of fun. Now I'm going to do a poll. Last thing is we're going to do a poll. Okay. So I'm going to stop screen sharing this here. Okay. And I have a question for you guys. This is where I'm going to hear your feedback. Okay. So let's see here. I've never done, this is our second live event, as I mentioned, ever. So this is the first time doing a poll. So let me see here. Just stand by. Here's the question. I'll tell you the question. You can start thinking about it. Which feature should the Cook'n Elves work on next? Okay. And you could probably think of a million of them. I'm going to give you 5 to choose from. Okay. And so there might be others. You might have others. And you can email your suggestions to us. We love the suggestions. But for the sake of this poll, okay, I'm just going to limit the options to these 5. Okay. So stand by, and I'm going to prepare this poll right now. So like I say, this is going to be kind of a interesting thing because we've never done it before. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, stand by. There's the question. Oh, okay. And here's option number 1. And here's option number 2. Add option. There's option number 3, because we love your feedback. And I just saw a heart go by, and that's cool. People are hearting me. Danny?
Yeah, they are.
Uh-oh. I can only do 4 questions in the poll question.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we'll only have to do 4, I guess.
I guess comment if you want the 5th.
Okay, so start poll. Let's see if we can get this to work here. It's not working.
No boy.
Oh. Okay, actually, I think it's because one of them is too many characters. I did this in advance in a different window. Huh. I'm going to have to reword a little this to get under the limit. Okay.
Now do what you got.
I'm just like, it's going to be a little bit abbreviated, guys. Today, most liked. Okay, so I'll read them as I'm doing them so you can start thinking of it. So number 1 is give a reward to those with 50 likes. It's going to be a reward valued at $20. So you get 50 likes for any made recipe. Boom, automatically you get a reward that's valued at $50. Or I mean $20, okay, if you get 50 likes. Okay, so we could do that. The next one is create a yeah, it is, Linda, that's right. So that was the idea anyways. The second option is create a most liked recipes webpage. So could you imagine that? Now that there's all these likes and everything out there, right? Because right now you can see the recently made recipes, right? But they're sorted chronologically. And that's cool to be able to see the long list of recently made recipes. But I think it'd be kind of cool to see the recipes made sorted by most liked. Okay. And that's option 2. I'm going to have to abbreviate. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. So that's good. The next one is, okay, add like counts to recently made recipes. How could I? Okay, here we go. I'm going to edit this. Like I say, apparently it can only be 20 characters long, and my questions were longer than that. Add like counts to recently made recipes. Recipes. Okay. And the last one, allow people to comment on made recipes. So think about that. You post a recipe, you add your comment, this was delicious, blah, 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 blah. Someone might want to comment back and say, was it really peanutty, or was it really, was it really spicy, that Mongolian beef? So they might want to ask you that question, and then, you could respond. So the idea there was to allow people to comment on made recipes. So let's see. Well, I'm going to abbreviate the word recipes again. You guys hopefully will know. How can I abbreviate recipes better? Recipes. Okay, I can start the poll now. Here it goes. So there's the poll. Which feature should the Cook'n Elves work on next? Give a reward to those with 50 likes. Create a most liked recipes webpage. Add like counts. Hey, by the way, we're probably going to do all these things, by the way, right? I want to do all these things. I think they're all great ideas. I like them. The question is, which one should we do first? That's the question. So as you're voting, try to think about which of these features you like. The Cook'n Elves literally like tomorrow should start working on next. Actually, you know what? I think we might give them the day off tomorrow. They've been killing themselves with this. And you think it's like I say, you see this and you're like, well, you just click a like button and it turns black. How hard is that to code? You have no idea. There's a bandwidth issue. So you have to figure, what if, there's thousands of people clicking like at the same time? How does the server handle all that traffic? And then we've got to count to update the scoreboard. We've got to aggregate the data. And then we've got to take and update the leaderboard. And you saw how many leaderboards there are, right? And it's constantly the information is changing and the data is changing. And then someone posts a recipe and we've got to fetch that. We've got to build that landing page with the image, with their comment and everything else. And when you do a lot of that all at once, and then the notifications have to be sent out to their friends. If the person shares it with only their cooking friend, then you got to take that into consideration. So there's so many moving parts and moving pieces. And I just can't tell you how impressed I am with the Cook'n Elves. That's the amazing thing with small teams of really talented, committed people. You can do more than Twitter's 7,500. Really you can. And we are. We're doing something equal to, a lot of the things Facebook is doing. I think we're doing it better in some cases. So anyways, hats off to the Cook'n Elves. They're working hard and they're doing a good job. So we'll probably start on these new features on Monday. Okay. And looks like creating a most liked recipes webpage is in the lead right now in terms of this poll. So that's awesome. I like that idea too. Because in terms of recipe discovery, like I said, captured recipes is good. That's crowdsourcing. Made recipes is even better. And which of the made recipes are the most liked? Boom. Winner, chicken dinner. Second, looks like is allowing people to comment on made recipes. Oh, that's interesting. These are kind of prioritized the way I thought we would work on them. And I had that one as fourth on this, 4th out of 5. And that one is looking like it's kind of number 2 right now among the community here. So anyways, and then giving the reward is coming in at 3rd, adding like counts to recently made recipes. Oh, by the way, I didn't explain that. So what that means is when you look at a recipe here, there would be a number, like maybe in the top left corner or something like that, right? Where would we put that number, Danny? Or maybe by their avatar?
Which number?
The number of likes this recipe has. So Eugene has made this ultimate chicken fried steak. He says he loved it. It took him back home to South Carolina, right, and so forth. So on this,
put it next to the thumbs up button. So if we add the thumbs up button to these, so you can scroll through his and click thumbs up. Just put the number next to the thumbs up.
Yeah. That's a good idea. So let's see here. And also in the Cook'n Elves.
I don't know if they can hear me well. You may want to reiterate.
Okay, so yeah, that is true. I don't know if you guys can hear Danny, but basically the idea was right here. Oh, look at that. I'm about to run out of laptop battery. That was great. I should maybe plug it in next time, huh? Note to self. Anyways, but the like here, you see the icon and then the word like, and then we were thinking of adding a number here, which would basically show how many likes this particular recipe has received, right? And the idea is if you were to click through to see more, for example, okay, and then you would see these recipes that you would see a number here showing how many times this recipe is liked and so forth, you know. So that's kind of the idea there. So let's take a look one last time here at this poll. Looks like creating the most liked recipes webpage is still number 1, and allowing people to add comments is number 2. So I'll let the Cook'n Elves know, and we'll get working on that. Let's see if there's any other comments here. Linda's going to town. Looks like I can see the comments now, by the way, now that I'm not sharing my phone to the device. So, all right. Instant Pot cookbook would be great. Yes. We have one, by the way. You do know that, right? So if you go to dbo.com/cookbooks, and that's a great thing about this live event, by the way, is that you can comment and ask questions and I can answer them. That's the whole point. Otherwise, I'd just make a quick video and it would take like 3 minutes, right, for me to show this new feature. But the cool thing is to be able to interact with you and give a little of the background, like this poem that I read. How cool was that? Sorry, I got emotional about that. That really actually is a meaningful poem to me. So anyways, so if you search here for, what was it? Instant Pot, then you can see we've got this cookbook here. Instant Pot, best Instant Pot cookbook. This one's fantastic, by the way. This is by Gooseberry Patch, 175 recipes. And it's got 150 food photos, so almost a food photo with every recipe. So anyways, to answer your question, Laura, we have one already. And so let us know if you still want us to do another one. We could. I know the air fryer recipes is a hot one too. And so, yeah. Oh, actually, Linda said that here. So that's good. Linda, you and I are thinking, great minds think alike, right? So anyways, so D Plus says, I'd like to be able to search for certain types of recipes, like, you know, excluding things like show me recipes with no sugar or no dairy or no oils or whatever, or vegetarian or vegan. Okay, so good. That's good to know. We'll see what we can do about that. So anyways, let's see here. Here's your assignment, okay? Before we end here, and we have to end because my laptop's about to run out of batteries. Actually, I got probably about 20 or 30 more minutes. But we will end here. But here's what I'm going to give an assignment to you, okay? So your assignment is to shoot a photo of something that you make for dinner, either tonight or tomorrow, okay? Definitely by Super Bowl Sunday, okay? We're having a party here, and Kathy's doing some cool stuff. So watch for made recipes for me on Sunday. We're definitely going to be posting some. And also, Valentine's Day is coming up next week. So this is your assignment. Make a note and, you know, remind yourself whatever it takes. And just remember to shoot a photo of a made recipe, either dinner tonight or tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday, or Valentine's Day next week, okay? Share the love. And I think I'm going to do one last thing before I go. Maybe I'll do this. Yeah, I think I will. Let me see here. Last thing. There's another recipe I wanted to share. And it was called, I think it was tamales. So let me search for that. Tamales. Kathy made these. Oh, wait a second. Is this the one? No. Let me look in here. Let's see. Where was that? Oh, I saved it into Oak's Family Recipes. That's right. And it was enchiladas. That's what it was. It wasn't tamales. It was enchiladas. Okay, so I'm going to do this from my phone, though, because I shot the photo on my phone. And then when I upload this, I want to do it from my phone. So where was I? Oak's Family Recipes. Okay. And it was the enchiladas recipe. Okay, so I'm going to cast this to the device so you can see it here. Okay, so this is the enchilada recipe that Kathy made. We had loads of people over, by the way, on Sunday. You wouldn't have believed it. My daughter came with her boyfriend and her roommate and her roommate's boyfriend and another friend who brought her sister. And then we had, of course, my son Danny and his wife Cecilia and their baby, and Andon and Jackson, my son, and his wife Kenzie and their new baby Evan. So we had a house full. And Kathy made these enchiladas, loads of them, and they almost all went. So I'm going to, hey, here's the made recipe. So I'm going to tap on the top right corner. I'm going to tap, I made this. I'm going to share it publicly with everybody. I'm going to tap here and choose a photo from my photo library. And that was the breakfast one. There's my niece. Let's see. Wait, where did that recipe go? Hold on. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. It's such a bad photo because I thought of it after the fact. So as you can see, there's 3 pans of enchiladas here, and one of them's cleaned, licked dry, and the other 2 are properly eaten. And so not the best photo, but guess what? It's authentic, right? You can tell that it's just like grabbing a recipe off the internet. This is like, I made this. We made this. These enchiladas are a family favorite. Kathy made them for dinner on Sunday, and the kids devoured them. So see how easy it is? Now I just tap post in the top right corner here. If I can do this, okay, and if I can share such a half mediocre photo, you can do it too. Okay, so do that. That's your assignment tomorrow, tonight for dinner, tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday. Go Chiefs. And Valentine's Day too. Don't forget, shoot a photo, share a made recipe. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Are there any last comments, Danny, before we end our live stream? Thank you for joining this event. Actually, I'll just go like that. Maybe I'll do this. And there we go. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Do we have any last comments before we end, Danny? You're making me hungry, man, Sean says. All right, Shawnee. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and you can only do 5 recipes per day, by the way. You'll find out in a minute here when you're posting made recipes. There's a 5 recipe per day limit. And the reason is because we don't want to know all the recipes you've made in a lifetime. We just want to know what recipes you've made today. So that's the idea there. So Casual Clark says, by the way, I'm so glad I found Cook'n in this community. Been using a recipe software since there was recipe software, and Cook'n restored my hope and my excitement about cooking. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Again, the Cook'n Elves appreciate it. We love the feedback. We love working for you. We hope you like the new features. Have a good one. Go Chiefs.